There is a feature that has existed almost exclusively on vehicles costing $400,000 or more. Coach doors, what most people call suicide doors, hinged at the rear instead of the front, opening wide to reveal a cabin entrance so dramatic that people stop walking just to watch passengers step out. Rolls-Royce charges $410,000 for a Cullinan. Bentley charges $274,000 for a Bentayga. These are the brands that have owned that feature, that theater, that moment of arrival for decades. And then Genesis, a Korean luxury brand that didn't exist until 2015, went to California, tested a production-ready SUV on public roads with those exact same coach doors in near-production form at a rumored price of $200,000. $200,000. For suicide doors, a 27-inch interior screen, 450 miles of electric range, and a design that spy photographers described as almost identical to the concept that stopped the 2024 New York Auto Show. Welcome to MotorDreamer, where we go past the badge and into the story that changes the conversation. Today we're breaking down the 2027 Genesis GV90, the electric flagship SUV that America doesn't fully know about yet. And when they find out, the definition of what luxury looks like is going to shift. To understand why the GV90 matters beyond the spec sheet, you need to understand what Genesis has been quietly doing for the past decade. In 2015, Hyundai launched Genesis as a standalone luxury brand, the same move Toyota made with Lexus in 1989. For the first several years, the automotive world treated Genesis politely but not seriously. Nice cars, competitive pricing, but not a real threat to the established German and British luxury hierarchy. Then the GV80 arrived. Then the G80, then the G90 sedan, which now starts at $91,195 and goes head-to-head with the Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 Series in back-to-back press comparisons. It keeps winning. And now comes the GV90, the vehicle Genesis has been building toward since the brand launched, their first full-size electric flagship SUV. The most expensive, most ambitious, most technologically advanced Genesis ever made. Launching in the United States by the end of 2026 as a 2027 model, and it is not arriving quietly. The design story starts with something genuinely unusual for an automotive brand, a cultural reference most Western buyers won't immediately recognize, but will immediately feel. Genesis head creative officer Luke Donkerwalk described the GV90's design philosophy as inspired by Korea's traditional moon-shaped porcelain jars, objects celebrated for their perfect, uninterrupted curves, their quiet elegance, and the complete absence of unnecessary decoration. The result is a silhouette that reads as simultaneously futuristic and timeless, an egg-like profile with flush-mounted windows, clean, unbroken body surfaces, and no unnecessary detailing anywhere. The illuminated crest grille, confirmed on spy shots, glows with Genesis's signature crest emblem, giving the front a presence that is immediately recognizable without being aggressive. A V-shaped light bar stretches across the nose. Dual horizontal light bars at the rear create a wide, architectural tail that makes the vehicle look wider and more planted than its already substantial dimensions suggest. And then the doors open, and the theater begins. The coach doors confirmed on higher production trims swing open at the rear, eliminating the B-pillar entirely on the Neolon edition, creating an entrance that no mainstream luxury brand currently offers at this price. Spy shots captured in California show a production vehicle that is, in the words of multiple automotive journalists, a near replica of the concept that debuted at the New York Auto Show 2 years ago. That almost never happens. Concept cars lose their dramatic features in the translation to production. The GV90 appears to have kept almost everything. Step inside, and the interior makes a statement that the exterior has been carefully building toward. The centerpiece is a 27-inch digital display, not a screen placed in the center of a conventional dashboard, but a panoramic display that curves across the cabin, creating a unified visual environment for both driver and front passenger. The material story is where Genesis has made decisions that directly challenge European luxury assumptions. Purple silk leather covers the seating surfaces. Royal indigo cashmere elements appear throughout the cabin in details that interior spy shots have confirmed survived the concept to production transition. A jewel-like physical button for climate control sits in the center console, a deliberate choice in an era where every luxury brand is removing physical controls and replacing them with touch surfaces. Genesis went the opposite direction. The The second row features power sliding seats, confirmed in spy shots, that adjust to maximize legroom in a way that turns the rear cabin into a genuine executive lounge. The third row also receives power adjustment. In an SUV segment where the third row is frequently an afterthought, Genesis is treating every seat as a destination rather than an obligation. The overall atmosphere reviewers describe, after seeing the uncamouflaged interior in person, uses a consistent phrase. It feels like a private aircraft cabin that learned how to drive itself. Under the GV90 sits Hyundai's new EM platform, a dedicated electric vehicle architecture that Hyundai says delivers a 50% range improvement over the EGMP platform that currently underpins the iO and IQ5 and iO and IQ6. With a 113 kilowatt-hour battery pack, the GV90 is targeting between 300 and 450 miles of EPA estimated range, which, if achieved, would make it one of the longest-range three-row electric SUVs in production. The all-wheel drive system draws power from dual electric motors, with output figures not yet officially confirmed, but expected to match or exceed the performance credentials of rivals like the Cadillac Escalade IQ and Mercedes-Maybach EQS SUV. And here is the detail that separates the GV90's long-term story from every other luxury EV launching in this period. Genesis has confirmed they are developing their own dedicated platform for 2027, completely independent from Hyundai, specifically designed to showcase Genesis-specific premium qualities. The GV90 launches on the EM platform. The next generation of Genesis flagship vehicles will ride on something built exclusively for the brand. That is the move of a company that is not positioning itself as a luxury division. It is positioning itself as a luxury brand. Now the comparison that the automotive press has been making since the coach doors were confirmed, and the one that makes the GV90's pricing strategy genuinely remarkable. Rolls-Royce charges $410,000 for a Cullinan. That is the price of coach doors, rear-hinged entry, and the theater of arrival that comes with it. The Genesis GV90 Neolon Edition, the fully pillarless coach door variant, is rumored at approximately $200,000. That is $210,000 less than a Cullinan, for suicide doors, for a 27-inch interior screen, for up to 450 miles of electric range, for purple silk leather and royal indigo cashmere, for a platform that Genesis's own engineers spent years developing from the ground up. Now, Rolls-Royce buyers are not cross-shopping a Genesis. The brand heritage, the exclusivity, the century of history, none of that transfers. But that is not the point. The point is that the feature set Genesis is offering at $200,000 was not available at $200,000 anywhere in the world before this vehicle existed. That is not a small statement. That is Genesis drawing a new line in the sand for what ultra-luxury is supposed to cost. On pricing overall, the base GV90 is expected to open between $100,000 and $125,000, positioning it directly against the Mercedes-Maybach EQS SUV, the BMW iX M60, and the Cadillac Escalade IQ, which starts at $130,000. At base, the GV90 undercuts the Escalade IQ while offering more electric range and a design identity that feels more genuinely premium and less badge-driven. The coach door Neolon Edition at $200,000 sits in a space that currently has almost no competition, above the Escalade IQ and Maybach EQS SUV, far below the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and offering something neither of those vehicles provides at their respective price points. The depreciation question is worth acknowledging. Genesis is a younger brand, and residual values have historically been lower than European rivals at comparable price points. But the GV90's electric powertrain, the confirmed 50% range improvement over previous Genesis EVs, and the brand's consistent improvement in owner satisfaction scores suggest the long-term ownership picture is cleaner than the badge premium argument implies. So here is where the 2027 Genesis GV90 actually lands. America has not fully registered that this vehicle exists yet. The automotive enthusiast community knows. The EV press knows. But the mainstream American luxury buyer, the one choosing between a Cadillac Escalade IQ, a Mercedes-Maybach, and a Range Rover, has not yet had the conversation that the GV90 is about to force. A Korean brand, suicide doors, a 27-inch screen, up to 450 miles of range, purple silk leather, at $100,000 base, and $200,000 for the version that does what Rolls-Royce charges $410,000 to do. The GV90 is not asking permission to compete at this level. It is arriving at this level with a production-ready vehicle that spy photographers have confirmed looks almost exactly like the concept that stopped the New York Auto Show. The question was never whether Genesis could build something this ambitious. The question was whether they would. And the answer, confirmed in California, confirmed in the Arctic Circle, confirmed by coach doors on a production-ready prototype, is yes. When this SUV goes on sale at the end of 2026, the conversation about what luxury looks like in America is going to be different. And the brands that have owned that conversation for a century are going to need to respond. Would you take the Genesis GV90 Neon Edition with coach doors over a Rolls-Royce Cullinan for $210,000 less? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to MotorDreamer and we'll see you in the next one.